Here at Imola, near Bologna, it's an historic occasion. The first time the Italian Grand Prix has been held on this 3.6-mile circuit, which is tremendously tough on brakes and transmissions. With 3 races to go, a very close thing for the championship between Jones and Piquet, ahead of Reutemann, Lafitte, Arnoux and Pironi, with 27 winning points still to be had from here in Italy, Canada and America. René Arnoux in pole position was a full half second, and there he is, faster than his teammate Jean-Pierre Jabouille. In the second row, there's Carlos Reutemann and Bruno Giacomelli. Row 3, Piquet and Alan Jones. 60 laps, 188 miles, and it's a flyer of a start, and Reutemann comes straight through in the middle and drops back. Piquet's through. Piquet's up into third position, and look to the right. That's Brambilla, who's gone off the circuit in the Alfa Romeo, and Reutemann is already nearly last. So, action already on lap 1. The 2 Renaults leading as we expected. They got away well, very quick into the long, fast part, approaching the Tosa, and now they're on the first lap. 59 laps to go at the end of this one.
Well, we see here the start again. Reutemann comes through very well from the start and then suddenly drops back. There he goes, dropping back. It looks to me like he might have cooked his clutch, letting the clutch slip. When he gets going again, that's probably because he's cooled his clutch down and caught it in time before he damaged it permanently.
So René Arnoux, there he is in the white helmet, followed by his teammate Jean-Pierre Jabouille. Then Piquet. Giacomelli is 4th. In 5th position is Gilles Villeneuve in the Ferrari. Behind Villeneuve, Hector Ribac, the Mexican, in the second of the 2 Brabhams. Alan Jones is in 7th place. Pironi is 8th. Jarier is 9th. John Watson is 10th, and we're into lap 2.
Lots being said now that Jones is suffering from a bit of a bot to his confidence, and Piquet, of course, is riding very high with everything going well, but I see more to it than that. I see that the way Rabac's going, Rabac is actually in front of Alan Jones, and he definitely, with the best will in the world, is not a top-class Grand Prix driver. This means that the Brabham has suddenly found form as well, a better form than it's had before, and I suspect that if there's any element of panic, it's more likely to be coming from his team with the setting up of the car in practice and things, but it's a very difficult time for the Williams team, having been in front for so long.
And Jabouille going through. Jean-Pierre Jabouille on lap 3 in the Renault is now through into the lead, and Piquet is closing up on Arnoux. I wonder if this means that Arnoux, who's challenging as he goes over the crest, Arnoux tries to retake Jabouille but fails. So Jabouille is in the lead on lap 3 in this 60-lap race, and look at Nelson Piquet right up the gearbox of the Renault, and he's through at the chicane. Piquet really brakes very late indeed and gets through. And Villeneuve coming up alongside Giacomelli. Villeneuve challenging for 4th position, going round the outside now, cuts through on the inside, and let's see as Jabouille and Piquet, yes, Gilles Villeneuve in the Ferrari, not so very far away from Maranello, where the Ferraris are made, of course, is up into 4th position. And now Piquet is in a perfect position, I would say, to challenge as they go into the left-hander here. Now this is getting towards the end of the lap, and Piquet's going through. He's going to take Jabouille on the outside as they come through to complete the lap, and he's in the lead. Nelson Piquet leads at the end of lap 4, going into lap 5 in this 60-lap race. The man who won at Long Beach, the man who won the last Grand Prix at Holland. And there's somebody who's been affected, the man who's affectionately known as the Monza Gorilla, Vittorio Brambilla, in his last Grand Prix, because he's retiring, and it looks as though he's doing it just about in time. Lap 6 out of 60, 1-2. Look at that! That is Villeneuve! Oh, a really nasty one, and the whole of the back has been torn off the Ferrari. A
really big one. He really hit that very, very hard. His arms are moving about. He seems to be all right. He's moving them as if to say he's okay, and he's starting to get out of the car.
And there's Giacomelli. Giacomelli rejoining the circuit, so he must have gone off at the same time as Villeneuve.
Something must have broken on the car. We see that, yes, you can see things falling off the right rear wheel. The wheel's gone skew-whiff there. It was difficult to see whether it was the tyre failure that broke the rear suspension, or whether the rear suspension broke first and broke the tyre, but certainly his rear suspension was well broken long before he hit anything, and he is all right as far as we can see, for which he's a very fortunate man, because he hit that very, very hard sideways on.
Into lap 7, and it's Piquet leading Jabouille. Alan Jones is starting to move up. This is interesting because as they go into lap 7, there is Arnoux, and the next man through is Alan Jones ahead of Ribac, because Giacomelli, of course, is down and Villeneuve is off.
Yeah, well, that of course is a very good break for Alan Jones. That's given him a clear run at the Renaults. He's only got the Renaults between him and his rival for the championship at the moment, and that of course has cleaned things up a lot for him. It's giving him a clear shot.
And that's Ribac, Hector Ribac, saucily driving across the chicane and not losing place in the process.
I think he made one. I think he made one up there, man. I think he made one by mistake.
Now, what about the battle between Jones and Arnoux? Because every place that Alan Jones can gain is going to mean an increase in his World Championship chances.
Alan Jones is past him, Murray, I think. I can't see Arnoux. Yes, there is Arnoux. Arnoux had slowed up a bit. I think he must be in some sort of trouble. I can't see what, but maybe a bit of brake trouble, or his tyres maybe a little bit off. But he went backwards, I think, rather than Jones forwards in relation to the leaders.
Now, in the yellow Renault, René Arnoux is in 4th place. Right behind him, Jarier is 5th. Then Mario Andretti, who hopefully has found some reliability, because he's only finished, if my memory serves me right, 1 Grand Prix this year, and Hector Ribac seems to be missing, because this is the battle for 4th place. Jabouille in 2nd place has now got Jones right with him, but it's surprising that the Williams with Alan Jones at the wheel is not further up. He didn't have a very happy practice. He blew 2 engines on the first day, but it's not affecting his performance against Jabouille, and he's right up alongside him, and he's through. Alan Jones up into 2nd place, and now I said earlier on that he was not the fastest man on the circuit. He is now. So Alan Jones is closing up just a little bit on Nelson Piquet, but not nearly enough. He's got to go a lot quicker than this if he's to challenge for the lead. And that's Andretti. Mario Andretti looks as though he's out of the race. If he is, that will be the 11th time in 13 races. He was in 6th position, and the rumours of him joining Alfa Romeo may well be true. We'll soon know. And there's the battle for 4th position. It's Jarier in the blue Candy Tyrrell, 4th. Arnoux is 5th. Behind him, Carlos Reutemann, who you remember was at one point in last position after a terrible start, has charged up to 6th position. There is Reutemann. And Reutemann's going to close up on Arnoux now. Reutemann challenging, and Reutemann going through to take 5th position. Arnoux waves him through. So Arnoux knew him was there, could do nothing about it, moved over, waved him through. Reutemann up to 5th position, and now charging after Jean-Pierre Jarier with the 6th place man, René Arnoux, dropping back all the time. Reutemann out of it, and that Jarier spins. Jarier, who was 4th. Up into 4th position goes Reutemann. Up into 5th position goes René Arnoux. Away goes Jean-Pierre Jarier, and he's lapped by Nelson Piquet, the leader. So Piquet has lapped everybody up to 5th position. That is Jabouille. Jabouille in 3rd position on lap 55, into the pits, out for the 12th time in 13 races. And things are happening all round the circuit. We hear that Jarier and Arnoux have dropped back. So Piquet leads, Jones 2nd, up to 3rd position goes Carlos Reutemann, to 4th goes De Angelis, to 5th goes Pironi, very closely challenged by Rosberg in 6th position. And there is Nelson Piquet, leading the World Championship by a single point from Alan Jones if he keeps going. Amazing consistency and reliability, James.
Alan Jones, you know, he made his mistake at Zandvoort. It was only the 2nd mistake he's made this year, really, and it's proved very, very costly because they seem to be down now. The team seems to be down. Things are going badly for him, and this isn't all driver confidence. Jones is a better driver than that. And Piquet, on the other hand, Piquet's car is suddenly going really well for him. Reliability has been there. He's been steadily accumulating points, and now suddenly he started winning races at just the right time. And if he does it, he will have done one of the rare feats of winning the championship at his first really serious attempt this year. He was number 2. It was his first season last year. He's a very, very mature driver. He's a young guy. He's got terrific brain power. He's fast, and he's very competitive.
Just 2 corners to go now, this one and the last right-hander. Then Nelson Piquet will see the checkered flag for the 3rd time, first this year. Nelson Piquet wins the Italian Grand Prix for the first time at Imola. 1 point ahead, Nelson Piquet now. Carlos Reutemann some way behind in 3rd. then Lafitte, Arnoux and Pironi. That's the World Championship with 2 races to go. So now, as the championship moves out of Europe and across the Atlantic, the Canadian Grand Prix in 2 weeks' time promises to be a cliffhanger.